Hello everyone, this is Abdul, and today we're going to talk about the final project, which we did lane detections.
My name is Cameron Carstens.
And I'm Ahad.
So for our project, for final project, what we did is that we used the same technology as the lane detection used for the autonomous cars to find the edges of the tracks. And what we did, we mounted the GoPro in the front of the motorcycle, and we take a couple of laps in the track to record the videos. And our technology that we use for this project is the color strip. So what we did that we took all the things in the frame that we need, such as the trees and the skies, and we just equip the road of the track. And the second thing we did is that we do the max pool, where we shrink the picture dimensionally and find the highest RBG in there. The third thing is that we did the canny edge detections. We find the edges of the pictures and the edges of the road. Then lately we use the Gaussian filter to smooth anything and take out any noise. And lastly, we use the half transform to find the edges of the track.
So now we'll be going over the algorithm in its detail and how it works with our footage. So we will be applying it to this initial image here on the left. One thing to note is that in our research, we found that many lane detection algorithms use a region of interest. As a car does not tilt, the lane is always directly in front of it within this red boxed area. That is not our case, so we needed to find a new solution in order to apply the same theory. So the first thing we did was we removed all the color that we did not need. The track itself is gray, so anything that had colors that are like more vibrant in blue or green would be removed, and any colors that had high RGB values. So here we were just comparing the RGB values and removing what we did and did not want to be let through. Then we would need to also remove the noise that is left over. As you can see, it is not perfect, and that would cause a lot of problems with the algorithm. So we then applied a max pool and Gaussian. This pooled and applied a Gaussian 4 times in order to result with this kind of image, which will much more easily be used for the canny algorithm. So when we applied the canny, this was the result. However, this is a much smaller image than what we originally had, about 4 times smaller, and therefore we would need to upscale. However, when we upscaled and applied the hue transform, all of the jagged pixels would result in the hue transform, and that would cause a lot of problems. And so we needed a way to smooth it. So we upscaled it even more, and then downscaled it again to order to create a more smooth edge. However, it's not perfect. And here we can see we smoothed it and applied a canny a second time in order to result in this image. Then lastly, taking this image, we finally applied the hue transform, and this is the result. We will now be going on to a video demonstration of the algorithm in action. As you can see, there are some variations, and it is not ideal when there's a curve in the track itself. So when it's straight like this, it works fine. However, as soon as we come upon a curve on the inside, the curve is much too strong, and the hue transform does not work as originally intended.
So here are some final thoughts and a conclusion to our presentation. So we had a few struggles. Most of our struggles had to deal with noise in the center of the track from gravel and noise with curvature, causing us to have issues detecting lanes. This was mostly because we couldn't just look at a region of interest like is normally done with cars that are using this kind of technology, because motorcycles tilt while they turn. In the future, if we were to work on updating to get rid of these errors, we would likely place a gyroscope on the motorcycle and then keep track of the angle that the motorcycle is on and adjust our region of interest based on this. We could also try using deep learning to actually teach the algorithm where lanes normally are on the track and adjust as the video itself shifts, but that's quite a bit beyond the scope of what we ended up doing.
And that concludes our final project. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.